Jesus, I'm getting old if it's resorting to this. Well, everybody, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, windshield. Oh, what am I doing? Nope, guys, this is the Memphis Shades windshield. Wanted to try something a little bit different. Kind of, again, more for touring more than anything, but let's give it a shot. My guess is I'm going to have extremely bad buffeting. Maybe, just maybe, it'll work out the way it's supposed to. But if you follow my channel enough, you know, nothing works out the way it's supposed to when it comes to me and windshields. Go ahead and get riding now, though, so we can see just how good the windshield actually is. So it's weird, the V-Rod has forward controls, and this has forward controls, but my legs are so much further forward on this motorcycle. It always takes me a second to get used to riding this one. It's been a while since I got out on the Dyna. As you guys have obviously noticed from the last barrage videos all being on the V-Rod. You get a new toy, you want to ride it.
That's what she said!
So the reason I went with this windshield over something like the Memphis Shades Road Warrior fairing. Well, for one, I've already had a Road Warrior fairing up to the 15-inch windshield height, and it shook my head like crazy to the point where I was like, I'm not going to do this. This is my third shield already, trying to dial in everything, and I just not a fan. Just was not a fan of it. Just too much helmet shaking. The other thing I didn't care for with the Road Warrior fairing is the fact that you had to put a headlight extension on as well. So when you would take the fairing off, your bike looks really, really goofy. It looks like it's just out of place, which it looks good when it's like in place the way it should be and everything like that. But for me, I like to run my bikes naked from time to time, and it just wasn't a really good look. So immediate impressions on this thing are, I can already tell it's putting some pressure on right above my eyes. So I can already tell I'm going to get some buffeting. The test is going to be, how bad is the buffeting? Is it so bad that I can't use it, or is it going to be mild enough that I would be able to use it for a touring type situation? Because ideally, this would be the perfect item to have for my longer trips. But let's first talk about, before we get too far into it, the Memphis Shades system in a nutshell. So as you guys usually know, I do have a cafe fairing on my bike, and I hate traffic. As you guys know, I have a cafe fairing on my bike that I normally will run. The reason I wanted to go ahead and I got this windshield over a Harley windshield is because this one clamps directly on to where that cafe fairing was. I don't have to worry about any sort of adjustments like I did with the Batwing. I actually had to make an adjustment, but with this, I literally take it off and put this one on. So this one does have that perk going for it. I will say that Memphis Shades products, even if I do not like them or they don't work for me, do have a very, very good build quality to them. When I say like this product is shaking my head or things along those lines, guys, that is just for me. For someone shorter, someone taller, it could be the best product in the world. But for my height and my seating position, that's where this review is going to be coming from. From a build quality perspective, this thing is great. I mean, it's a very, very thick piece of glass. It does have a little bit of a shake.
Shake that.
Going on to it as we're going here, but it's stable. It's not going to be going anywhere. I will be curious if the wind noise is a little bit higher today and the next couple of days, sorry if it is, because of the turbulent air that I know is kind of coming. Like, I feel it's turbulent right about here, and it's hit me right at the top of the goggles. So this would be the equivalent of a Road Warrior with a 16-inch windshield, which they do not make. So this would be kind of in between the 15 and the 17 Road Warrior as far as the overall height of the product. So that's why I decided it was cheap enough, I already had the mounting system, to go ahead and give this a try. Alright, so we're at 55, and honestly, not terrible. 60. I think this could be livable. Now, I do know for a fact it is not very windy today, so I'm sure on a windier day it would probably be a little worse. But I'm going to give this a real college try here. Hope that's not me that smells so bad. Yucky. But yeah, the real test I would want to do is getting it up to about 70. There are a couple highways here that have about a 2-mile stretch, which would be perfect for testing that out on. Just in case it got to the point of being unbearable, I could always just hop off on the next exit. But really, if I could get up to 65, when I go on my kind of longer trips, like the ones I want to go on later this year, I think max speed limit is 60 to 65. So if this helmet and windshield combination can get me there, I think I might have found a winner.
Ooh, what about winner chicken dinner? Yes.
Because I am saying that the wind is actually hitting me in the helmet. I do feel it. There's just nothing I can do about that. I'm just built weird. But all the wind from my nose, snout down, so basically from the camera down, I'm not feeling anything. This is a lot like riding with the Batwing fairing, but with a lot less head bobble to it. So this guy is turning here, so this will give us a chance to kind of get up to a speed before we catch up to whatever's in front of him.
Flags in the air. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Ooh, let's go racing, boys.
Alright, so 65 and cruising. Yeah. 61, let's go and pull it on up. 65, yeah. I even find that if I actually kind of squint just a little bit, it actually eliminates a lot of the helmet shake. And maybe it's not just necessarily the helmet. Maybe I am getting some turbulence up from under that's even if hitting my glasses. So again, all these buffeting issues that everyone has, they're all going to be tied directly to the person riding. I could definitely have my dad go out on a ride with this and he would be perfectly comfortable. He wouldn't have any head bob to him. Head bob for what's up, Bob? Head bob, what's up, Bob? Pros and cons. We'll start with the cons of this thing. Con number one is definitely the little bit of buffeting that I am getting. And it's not the worst thing in the world, but it'd be nice if it just didn't exist. Like if I go like this, if I was a short guy, perfect. But I'm taller, not perfect. Con number two, it's not the most aesthetically pleasing either. It kind of reminds me of like a little bit like an old man bike. Not old man, but sort of like an old man. But that's really just any bike that has a windshield. I would be kind of curious if there was some sort of vent installed, because I know on my dad's windshield that he has on his Fat Boy, he installed a Goldwing vent that allowed him to deflect some of the air.
Look at that! Look at that! Now I have to put the screws in yet. But here's the vent I was talking to you about. So you can see how that's going to direct this air up into you, or maybe more straight up.
So I kind of wonder if something like that was installed on here, if that would help eliminate this altogether. Because really, where's the wind at? Where's the wind at? it's really like right here. If I put my hand up, it blocks pretty much all the wind buffeting. So I'm getting some sort of turbulent air just hitting me directly in the helmet. So again, it's turbulent, but it's not terrible. Not terrible. So the aesthetics aren't the most pleasing thing. The one thing I do at least like about this one as opposed to their other version is it is tinted. So it does at least offer a little bit of kind of stealth to it, I guess you could say. Ooh, I see fire.
Now I see fire inside the mountain.
Now let's go ahead and we'll hit the pros. So we'll do 2 of each. So the first pro is the fact that it is already compatible with a system I already have. I do like the fact that I can seriously go home, pop this off, run it naked, or put my cafe fairing on literally in the matter of seconds. This is a very good system, and I assume that it's not just for Harley Davidson, but like their other brands like Indian and Kawasaki, Vulcan, stuff like that. I assume theirs are all interchangeable as well. So kudos to the engineer who came up with this design and these brackets, because it's really, it expands your arsenal as far as your creature comforts are concerned. And the other pro so far with this windshield is the fact that it does block a ton of wind. I have a feeling like this would cut down on the fatigue factor. I don't know how many fold, but I'm assuming quite a few. Again, I'm not really feeling anything from my nose down. What are your guys' thoughts and opinions on this little itty bitty windshield? Do you like it? Do you think it's practical? Would you rather just run the cafe fairing, or would you rather run no fairing at all? I know the cleanest air is the air where there's nothing on the bike, but if I'm trying to tour on a Dyna, I want to have, some sort of protection, and I need a new rear tire. Holy schmoly. Alright, so we're going to be taking the rest of this ride a little bit slower, and we will be setting up an appointment with Harley Davidson to replace this bad boy, because yeah, I think she's at her limit. Alright everyone, I hope you enjoyed this episode today, and I will catch you on the next dark side, as this is the way. Chopper fit out. See ya.